our good politicians are completely outnumbered. We have maybe three or four people in the American government who are not in the Epstein files and also not protecting people in the Epstein files. It seems like, I mean, they're just outnumbered, you know? Everybody in politics is just not interested in litigating and investigating the people involved with Jeffrey Epstein. And it is just so fascinating. It is just extremely fascinating. I mean, I guess we would lose most of our top government officials if we actually got some justice, if we actually got some equality under the law. So, I can't do any branding. I have a little cup that's okay. 1 second. We're just gonna get the big swig. Look, everybody already knows what's going on. I would just like to remind you guys of this clip from Kash Patel that was not that long ago. Let's see what he has to say when Elon Musk accuses Donald Trump of being in the Epstein files.
This is going to come up because it's been going on since we've been the tweet that Elon just put out a little bit ago.
Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day. Jesus Christ.
I'm not participating in any of that conversation.
What is
between
he?
Elon
Have a
and
nice day, DJD. Someone should take his phone away.
They're going back and
What-
forth about
Why
different
is he not
things.
participating?
Yeah. Listen,
Well, he said he was disappointed in Elon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they told him to leave.
Jesus Christ, that's a crazy thing to say. How does he know? Does he know that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files? I mean, does
How
he have
does-
access
how
to the
does he
Epstein
just
files?
know?
I
How
don't know
does
how he
he
would,
know?
but I'm just staying out of the Trump Elon thing. That's way outside.
Staying
What
out
the
of the
fuck are they
Trump-
doing?
I know my lane, and that ain't it.
I just don't. I mean,
I know my lane. I know my lane, and that ain't it. Well, what is your lane? Director of the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Your whole job is to find the most powerful criminals in the country. Like, if that's not your lane, what is? Are you going after low end drug busts? What are you even doing? You're the FBI. You're head of the FBI. That is exactly your job. Is to look into the most blatant corruption in the country. That is your job. That's your lane. That's your whole thing. So yeah, what are we doing here? Many months ago he said, "Oh no, the only person in the files is Epstein. That's the only person in the Epstein files." Like as if Ghislaine Maxwell and anyone else, they're just no, definitely not. All of the other people that we know are pedophiles and we know hung out with Jeffrey Epstein. No. Jeffrey, he was all alone. All of the trafficking, everything involved in the island, he just did it by himself, apparently. Well, now we know that's not true, and there are millions of emails. I mean, yeah, and who knows what jerky is? I think we might know what jerky is at this point. But I'm not getting into that. There's no need to get into the conspiracies, okay? There's no need to try to find out, oh, were they eating children? Were they not eating children? Just arrest them for the rest of their lives. We don't, we could figure this out later. Arrest them right now. And then we could figure out the details of how many children they ate. But right now, the traffickers should be trafficked to jail. Okay, anyway, so, and then also there's Howard Lutnick. I mean, these are two extremely powerful individuals. Really, we should start with these two. Really, we should start. Yeah, really, we should start with these two. It would send the best message. There might be some other people who would be better political targets because they would be easier to get. But anyway, let's go over this. So we have Lutnick confirms that he did in fact go on an island lunch. Now, the funny thing is, everybody has seen the Howard Lutnick gross Epstein clip where he goes over why he would just never be in the same room as him. He just wouldn't do it. That guy is gross. I would never meet him. Yeah, well, then apparently he did. He went on lunch with him, with his family. And then he says, I don't recall why we did it. Well, that's fascinating. He recalled a visit to Jeffrey Epstein's house over 20 years ago. What, 24 years ago? He talked about a very specific visit to Jeffrey Epstein's house. and how he would never talk to him again. He would never be in the same room as him. But of course, he's just going to sail his boat over to his island 10 years later. And he does remember that. He does remember going to the island and what he did there, but he doesn't know why. Why did I sail over to Jeffrey Epstein's island after he was convicted of the underage solicitation of prostitution? Why did I go to his island? Who knows? Who knows? We don't know. So yeah, I'm just gonna be part of the avalanche of people saying that we need to hold them accountable. I was gonna do a different Ray Wednesday today, but I just wanted to get a quick one out. Just wanted to throw my small little opinion out there and just be done with it. It's frankly, it's ridiculous. Okay, so something else. Yeah, no, that's about the gist of it. I mean, they've lied and lied. Kash Patel was talking under oath about how nobody else was involved with Jeffrey Epstein. Is that true? I mean, I just looked it up before, but I don't know. I don't want to disappear for legal reasons. I don't know. I don't think I would, but Kash Patel lying under oath. Epstein didn't work with anyone. Everything here is misspelled. Nope, never mind. Testimony. Whatever. Unprofessional. This is what happens on the broadcast. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. In September 2020, see, the problem is I need a link here. It sure looks like Kash Patel lied under oath about Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, there's no credible information, none. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. Thank you. I should have blocked. And the information that we have, again, is limited. Sorry. What'd you say? The information that they have is limited. Where did the 3 million files come from? Where did 3 million documents, the emails come from? Like, that's limited? That's limited? You've limited yourself by redacting all of it. That's what you did. That's why it's so limited. It's all blacked out. I mean, the Sharpie supply is just skyrocketed ever since this. Where are all these Sharpies going? All right, great, fantastic. Let's move on. Let's talk about a Trump rally that I went to. Now they're saying that now they're saying that Donald Trump was involved in being a whistleblower for Epstein. Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Trump was a whistleblower for Epstein, and yet he has surrounded himself by people with connections to Epstein, and he has continually tried to stop the release of the Epstein files, and he hasn't been at the forefront of it. And whenever he's asked about it, he tells people to shut up, and he was his closest friend. I mean, yeah, of course. Donald Trump, he was a whistleblower. Not our best whistleblower, huh? Of all the whistleblowers we could have had, we got Donald Trump, the guy who goes into beauty pageants that he owns and sexually harasses people. Like, we have proof of this. He says this himself. He admitted to this on the Howard Stern show, and we have to go back. We have to look at it. It's a beautiful clip. Howard Stern, Trump, pageant. Don't know how to spell pageant.
A past interview with Howard Stern now making headlines.
I'm sorry. Let's just see our wonderful whistleblower, Donald J. Trump. Let's see him in action.
Trump talking about how he had free reign at his beauty pageants.
I'll go backstage before a show. Yes. And everyone's getting dressed and ready. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. Is everyone okay? You know, they're standing there with no...
They're standing there with what? With No clothes. You're the owner of the pageant going in. They're standing there with no clothes, and he's inspecting it.
Everybody okay, and you see these incredible looking women, and so I sort of get away with things like that.
Today,
You do get away with things like that. It's very fascinating. That's our wonderful whistleblower, Donald J. Trump. Glad we can rely on him. Woo! Amazing. I wanted to show you images of Palpatine. I got this email from my OneDrive. It's freaking Windows, and it's just this. You know what? We're doing it. We're switching up the entire broadcast. Okay, I wanted to talk serious about Jeffrey Epstein. No jokes. We haven't made a single joke today. We're very serious. But you know what? That all ends right now. 1 second. Let's do this. I don't want to show my email, so I have to, one day, if I ever do get popular, then my email account is going to explode. Okay, wait, now we have to do this so that way I don't show the URL. Hello. So that way we don't show the URL. And this is cooked. I'm just realizing that this is cooked. There's no way for me to... All right, whatever. You're just going to you're going to see the URL. I'm just going to have to deal with it. I'm going to have to hope that you can't backtrack my... It'll be fine. Okay. Let's look. If I disappear, then you guys will know it's because the government found my email address. The government found my email address from my URL. Whatever. This is an anti-Trump rally I went to. This is we were protesting our glorious leader, our dear glorious leader, the rump, our dear whistleblower. Just some patriots practicing their wonderful amendment rights. Okay, I did that wrong. 1 second. Just some patriots practicing their First Amendment rights. Anti-Trump social club. It looks like, it looks like a very patriotic event. And so you might think, oh, if there's so many American flags and whatnot, why are they protesting the president? Because that's what America is about. No clown, no king, no king's protest. I was in Greenville. They're going to find me. The government's going to find me, and I'm going to disappear. And here's my email address. Steal it for yourself. It doesn't actually show it. Not yet. I'm probably about to accidentally show it. Anyway, so you can't see any of the images right here, but this is what they sent me. On this day, May 13th, I made a wonderful PowerPoint presentation for my school, for my class. And these are the types of pictures that it had. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? We've got Palpatine creepily laughing. We've got medication and drugs. Speaking of medication and drugs, look at this. Look at this. I need to just show you this to you guys. I know the Epstein stuff is probably more important, probably a little more important that most of our government officials are somehow involved in underage trafficking of... Yeah, but that's probably more important. But I did want to talk about this because this is also extremely important. This is why so many people in America are dying, and it's somewhat concerning. So, yeah, look at this. So most people would pass by this, and they would think, "Wow, okay, $400 to $300. That's still very expensive." Well, I looked at this, and I see the corruption. I see the system. I see everything is broken. And it is ridiculous. And you know what? Let's look at this. Compounded semaglutide. I believe that this is for diabetes. It's per month, by the way. You have to pay for your medication per month, $300. Oh, it's GLP-1. Amazing. Found in Ozempic. Yep, this is it. This is it, guys. This is how they're going to save you. I saw this a long time ago, though, so it's kind of funny that the Super Bowl just came out with all the GLP-1 ads, and I didn't even realize that this was the same thing, because this image is maybe 2 years old now. Who knows? Is it? I think it is. It's almost 2 years old. That's crazy. I'm not going to tell you where it is. It's not, I don't know. Yeah. It's somewhere near-ish to me. But it's ridiculous. That's the American way. kind of want to see how much it is in Europe. It's about half the price. Whatever. Let's look at diabetes medication price per month. America versus Europe. I think that one's a much higher difference. Not Ozempic. Insulin. $210 a month. Okay, yes, they're 8 to 10 times higher. So in America, insulin, which is a necessity for people with diabetes, is 8 to 10 times more expensive in America. All right, cool. We're just complaining about America today. It's great. It's fantastic. I'll probably put timestamps. Honestly, I should have just stopped streaming after that. It would have been nice to just have a nice, quick 9-ish, 10-minute-ish stream. But we're fine. We're okay. It's all right. We're done for the day. I actually streamed at 7 p.m. Who would have thought? I'm out. I gotta go do a math test. That's why this Ray Wednesday was shorter. I gotta be totally honest.